Today I'm going to be sharing with you a makeup tutorial, sharing some new Maybelline pieces that I picked up yesterday. So I've not tried any of these before and I just wanted to show you that they are still in the plastic wrapper. So I literally just bought them yesterday. I was quite intrigued to try these. I haven't used a Maybelline Foundation before, so I'm interested to see how this is on the skin and if it's a great budget friendly one, if it's going to be great for somebody that's just on the lookout for a really good budget friendly high street makeup to try. And also the eyeshadow palette as well. I thought these colours were lovely for autumn, so I thought these are going to be perfect. I have had a previous few makeup Maybelline palettes before, but I've not tried this one, so I thought this would be really nice to try, see what that's like. And I'll also be trying the lifter gloss, which is new as well, and it's still in the plastic, so I thought I'll just show you that I've not used any of these. This video is going to be a try on of all of these products, plus some others like the Maybelline eraser, and I've also got mascara. And yeah, let's do a little Maybelline review overall and find out if these are worth picking up. There was 3 for 2 on them, so I did think it was quite a good buy anyway, just to try them out. So I'm just going to take the plastic off these and we'll get started with the tutorial and see how this looks on. Okay, so let's start off first of all with this Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. Now, out of all the foundations I saw, I thought this would be the best one for me to try. It's a medium coverage foundation, so it's not full coverage, which I'm not really a fan of. I prefer skin to still look like skin and just a more kind of beautifully enhanced version that we have of our own. So this is a hydrating foundation. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. I'm hoping this shade is going to be okay for me. I did try a little sample in the shop, so this is shade 1. So if you are kind of skin tone like myself, then we'll see how this looks on. And I think this one says that it lasts for 12 hours. So let's just see the consistency of this. I do prefer, oh, it's quite nice. So I'm going to see how this spreads on. I'm just going to grab a foundation brush. We'll go with this one and we'll pop this on and see how this looks on the skin. I've put my moisturiser on my skin, so I'll just let you see kind of texture of that. It's quite runny. So this is going to be great for somebody that's got dry skin, MD that's quite a dry skin, if they're just looking for their skin to look a wee bit more luminous, a wee bit more hydrated throughout the day with the hyaluronic acid in there as well. I'm thinking that shade's probably okay. The other one that I looked at, their shade's choice was probably too light for me. So I think, yeah, that's pretty good a match. Sometimes that's the scary thing when it comes to expensive foundations, if anybody's looking to try any expensive ones, because that kind of made me think, you know, if you were buying it online, you really need to make sure your shade's the right match before you spend a lot of money. Whereas these wee high street ones, it's easy. It's not a lot of money if you spent money and the colour's not exact, and we can always kind of correct it. If it is too pale, you can always bronze it up a bit, or yeah, you can bronze it up so it's a wee bit warmer looking. But I'd say so far that looks really nice. It's quite sheer. It is quite luminous. There isn't like a really matte kind of look on it. My skin is more combination, so I wouldn't say my skin's really dry, but I do like my skin to look quite glowy throughout the day. I don't like it to look really matte, is more kind of dry for the skin, and also I feel as if it's quite aging as you go older if you go for like a really heavy coverage matte kind of foundation. So I prefer something that's more, yeah, just more glowy, more natural, more youthful looking, which is basically what we all want as we get older. We want our skin to still look youthful. So a glow is a cheat to a youthful skin. So if we can get that in a foundation, I would say, yeah, that's really what we're looking for. Let me know if anybody's tried this foundation before. I know it's been out for quite a wee while now. If anybody's tried it before, let me know. I'm loving how it looks so far. I was hoping to find something similar to the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, because I used to love that foundation. That was such a great one. I'm feeling as if this is kind of, yeah, quite similar to that kind of effect in the skin. So I wouldn't say it's a medium coverage. I'd probably say it's kind of light to medium. It's not overly heavy. Please ignore this big spot that I've got here. I had a mask on the other night and it just brought it out. But yeah, the rest of my skin's looking pretty okay, so we'll hide this. We'll do a little cover-up job in this one. But let's just put a little bit more on. Again, when you're putting your foundation on, always put it on your hand first. So if you take a wee tip away from this video, you know, even if you're using your hands to blend it in, don't dot it all over your face. Like some people I see like doing this all over their face and then kind of like trying to blend the product into their skin, and they've got too much on their skin. So it's always easier to add than to try and take away and you've got a full face of really too much product on your skin. So this is blending in really nicely. I'm thinking this would even blend in quite nicely just with fingers as well. So if you don't use a foundation brush, if you prefer to use like a sponge, this is really easy to work with. So if you're somebody that's a wee bit unsure when it comes to foundation, the blending of it, this seems quite easy to work into the skin. And this is going to be a great everyday foundation, I would say. This would be ideal if you're just looking for something every day, just looking for something quite light and natural. I'm really impressed with this, actually. This was so affordable. I'll share with you the price of this at the end if you're interested in trying it out. It's kind of dried down just a little bit now, but it still looks really nice for everyday wear, or even if you're someone like myself that does prefer more natural kind of foundation look as opposed to anything really heavy coverage. Yeah, this is looking really good. So it'll be interesting to see how this wears on the skin. I'm actually just going to use a wee bit of that just to dot over my eyelids before I do the eyeshadow palette, just so it gives it a nice kind of blank neutral canvas. Sometimes when you're doing your makeup, you know, we have different tones in our skin, or, you know, sometimes the skin on our eyelids can be a wee bit more, for myself, a wee bit more pinky toned. So I'm not going to be using a primer. I'm just going to go over them just like that. And just go ahead and use this palette. So this palette looks beautiful, doesn't it? And really affordable again. I'll share with you all the price at the end. So this one is called Nudes of New York. So this is going to be a great palette because everybody needs nudes in their life, don't they? You can't go wrong with like a nude palette. But I thought this was also really nice for autumn as well. Just with the shades in here, they're really lovely and just perfect like to use throughout the month. So let's try this palette out and see what these colours are like on. Wait to just see if I can find my wee brush that I like to use when I'm doing my eyeshadow. We'll start off with the lightest shade, as I always would do. And then we do have a mix of mattes in here, matte shades and also shimmers. So that's quite nice if you're looking to just create different looks, daytime, nighttime, mostly kind of brown, warm tones and nude shades. But yeah, it looks really nice. So what will we start off with? We'll start off with, just to try a few out, I do quite like the look of the shimmers, but I'm going to start off just with a light one just to see how it goes on, just as like a base. So I'm going to go for this one here, which I think it's called Solaced. Is that how you say this one? Just this one here. So if you're ever doing an eye look, I would always say if you're unsure when it comes to eyeshadow, just start with a light kind of shade to begin with. And you can use that even as a base, like instead of the foundation. So again, this is just going on quite easily, effortlessly. I'm quite surprised at how, yeah, this is lovely to put on the lid. It just gives it nice coverage, and you only need a small amount on the brush. So when you are putting your eyeshadows on, just a wee tap is all you need. So that's picked up just enough product for me to just sweep across as a wee eye base. So again, it'll be interesting to see how this wears throughout the day. So it's always nice just to start with a wee light coat, especially in the inner lid. If you do get quite tired eyes, if you go light on the inner corner, then that's just going to open up the lid more. So your eyes are going to look more awake. So what will we move on to now? We'll go on to, why don't we try Creator? Saying I'm a YouTube creator, will we try that one? Because that looks like a really nice warm kind of like brown. Again, it's another matte shade, so it's this one here. So I'm going to try a wee bit of this. It's a kind of, would I say, latte kind of shade. It looks more like a kind of latte colour. So let's try a wee bit of this. So I'm going to try a wee bit of this just on maybe from the middle of the eye just out, just to see how that looks. Another wee tip when you're putting your eyeshadow on as well is sometimes, like when I was taught doing makeup before, they say it's quite nice to press it onto the lid because you're pressing the product into the skin. So for a longer lasting effect, that's a little tip as well. I know a lot of people just sweep, but if you're doing a little kind of look that you're just trying to make last for as long as possible, then it's always nice just to kind of pressing it into the skin is going to have a longer lasting effect. So whatever brush you're using, just press it down. These colours are blending really seamlessly together as well, I would say. So they're looking really nice and they're not scary like to apply. You know how sometimes you get eyeshadow palettes where the pigment is so strong that you're frightened to use the shade. This eyeshadow palette is going to be perfect for you if you're just quite new to eyeshadow or just experimenting, this is a lovely little one. So far we've got the 2 shades on and they are looking lovely. Let's go ahead and try something a wee bit more. Will we go a wee bit warmer? So there's another one here called Explorer. So this is just this one here. So let's do a little bit of Explorer. So it's just a wee bit more, it's a wee bit more kind of warmer than the last tone. So let's see how that looks. Just over here. So again, these are really easy to blend together. These are looking really nice. And just on the other side as well. Oh, yeah, that is the right shade I went in for. I could just see it was a wee bit more pigmented when I put it down there. Just did a wee bit more on the brush at this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a good blend, so don't worry, I'm just going to give it a good blend in with my blender brush in a second. I just thought it'd be nice to place some down just now. Again, the best tip when you're coming to when it comes to your eyeshadow is always kind of put the darker colours on the outer of your eye, like into the socket line, just as a transitional shade here. So you want to kind of create light in the inner corner, light here, and then to go darker here towards the end. So you'll notice the darkest colours get put down in the kind of outer third of the eye, if you're just looking for any eyeshadow tips as well. Let's go in with a shimmer. I'm going to be trying this palette out for the month, so I can't wait to share with you what other looks I create, but it's time for shimmer. So what will we go for? Will we try, I'm going to try the lightest shimmer first. So I'm going to go with something like this one here, which is called Dreamer. So I quite like the look of this one. This is like a kind of light champagne-y kind of colour. So let's just see how that looks, if that just comes up. Usually sometimes use your fingers for a shimmer, but I have used eyeshadow palettes from Maybelline before just with this brush, and they can be easy to put on. I'm just going to check that there's no fallout from them. And let's just see how the shimmer looks. Oh, that's really nice. So just quite soft. So yeah, if you don't like a really glittery eye and you're just looking for something quite subtle, then that's lovely. So I'm going to put that all over. I'm going to put that in the inner corner again, just to open it up. And just spread it across the eye. We'll do the same on the other side. Just here and just open up the eye. This is a lovely autumn eyeshadow palette. Really impressed with this so far. Go in and try, I think we would do a little bit of eyeliner now, because that looks quite nice. This is just like quite a kind of soft, subtle look. I'm going to do a wee bit of eyeliner and then we might go in and deepen it up even more. We'll have a wee look and see. Now I'm going to just use eyeliner from this palette because I always think these palettes are so great for multitasking. So this one here is going to be the perfect eyeliner, this chocolatey one down here called Self Starter. So I'm going to use this one as my eyeliner, and I'm just going to get an eyeliner brush like this. Or will I go with that one? That one looks a wee bit... Oh no, I'm going to go with this one because this one looks a wee bit more warm toned. You could use that one if you wanted as an eyeliner, or this one here, which is probably more my kind of cup of tea, this wee square one here. So it's called Voyager. Hopefully I'll get in a voyage soon because I've not had a holiday this year. We have been doing a lot of work to our house this year. So sadly there's not been as many holidays that we've had the chance to go, but I'm desperate to get on a voyage and go somewhere. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that we usually go a cruise each year, but this year we didn't go one just because, again, we've been getting a lot of work done at the house. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, this was the year where I got this YouTube filming studio set up in the house. So that was the start of the year. But then there's been lots of other stuff happening. We got a new bathroom. And when it comes to holidays and things like that, it's just like you can't do it all. I feel as if some things just have to go and postponed until, you know, next year. Next year I'm desperate to get away somewhere. We might even try a wee overnight this month, so hopefully. I've not even had a chance to go to spas or anything this year. It's just been such a busy year. There were a few that I was hoping to go to, but yeah, I've just not had the time. So let me know if there's been any nice holidays this year. Has anybody been away anywhere lovely, or have they just had a staycation at home? Let me know. I'd love to find out, or if you've got any recommendations of places to go. So I'm just going to put a wee bit of that on this side as well. So that was Voyager. That was the name of a ship. That's why I think I thought of that. I was starting thinking about holidays when I saw Voyager there. That was the name of a cruise ship, the Voyager of the Seas. So that's why I went off on a wee bit of a tangent there. I was reminiscing of holidays. that were from a wee few years ago. This is just great for lining. Like I said, I'm actually really enjoying using this palette. This is a great wee high street staple. I just picked this up in Boots yesterday. So yeah, I just thought it'd be quite nice. They were actually doing 3 for 2 on the Maybelline products. So I only paid for 2 of the products and I got the lip gloss free. So it was an absolute bargain. And I thought, yeah, I'd been looking at it for a wee while. And I did mention, like I said in the last video, that I was looking to maybe try a new foundation, because I have the ones that I've previously used, like I mentioned, where I'll link them in the description box below if you wanted to see some other foundation reviews, was the Bare Minerals powder, the Bare Minerals original foundation. So that was the company that I trained with many years ago when I used to do bridal makeup. So I've got a wee tutorial of that, and also the lovely Bourjois, I couldn't remember it there, the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, but I don't know if they still do that. That was iconic. That was such a great foundation. I still have it. I still have a little bit left, but I just thought it'd be nice to try something new. I've not used it for a long time. I'm now going to go in, and what we're going to do next, will we do any more? You know, I'm going to do another wee shimmer. I'm going to put something else on just to kind of make it a wee bit more. Let's try a wee bit more of this palette. We'll go in with another brush. Will we go with Believer? Because I really like the sound of that, Believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer that everything manifests and everything you want in life works out. So let's go ahead and manifest our dream lives. And let's just put a wee bit of Believer on here. So it is quite soft, this one, when you're putting it on. It does look quite dark on the brush, but it's quite buildable. So the good thing about these are, again, I said they are pigmented, but they're not over the top pigmented. You can gently build them up if you're frightened of colour and you're just wanting to try out something of your wee eyeshadow looks, then this is perfect. This wee palette is just ideal for anybody that's on the lookout for a wee affordable one that performs really well. The eyeshadows are easy to work with. And yeah, there's a great mix of shimmers in there. Even these golds are going to be so nice for Christmas, aren't they? I'm just having a wee look at these gold shimmer ones and this colour here. Wow, that's like a kind of, that's going to be beautiful for, that's quite autumnal as well, isn't it? It's called Fighter, that one. And then this is a nice chocolate one too, Globetrotter. There's another holiday one. Globetrotter. So that's a really chocolatey one. That would be beautiful as an eyeliner too. We've got the Originator. Let's have a wee shot of the Originator. See how that looks. I think this would be nice in the inner corner. So I'm just taking this smaller brush just to do a wee bit on the inner corner here. So this is always nice just as a wee catch of like light in the corner of the eye. Just in that wee bit there. If you're just wanting to lighten anything up. Yeah, they're really subtle and easy to work with. The only one in there that probably looks quite different to the rest is this one here called Protector. It's a wee bit more kind of, I'd say there's more of, it's very cool toned, but it's a wee bit of lilac in there as well. But the rest of these are stunning. So yeah, really impressed with this so far. So yeah, I've got my liner on. I'm going to just put a wee bit of liner underneath, will I? Or will we put the mascara on first? We'll do mascara first. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline, or do you know what? Let's just go mad. Just for fun, we're going to put a wee bit of Fighter on, this kind of copper, really coppery shade here, because why not? I'm not going anywhere today, and I'm just thinking this will be just ideal time to try it out for you, just so you can get a wee idea of the colour. Do you know what? I'm just wanting it to look quite soft, so I'm just going to put a wee bit in the middle of my, I'm just going to put a wee bit in the middle. I'm just going to blend, first of all, blend that wee bit out there. I'm just going to put a wee bit in the middle of my lid and see how this copper shade looks here. So we're just going to go in with this one here and see how that looks on. Let's just go for the middle, because it's always nice to put a wee kind of pop of shimmer in the middle of the eye. It's really catches the light. So I would use that one here. If anybody's got this palette at home and they're looking for a wee tutorial, this is really nice just to pop in the middle of your eye, and then we can blend them all together. Blend all the shades. So yeah, you can create so many looks with this. This is just what I'm thinking. This is going to be such a great eyeshadow palette just for creating lots of different looks. If you've got blue eyes, this is going to make your blue eyes pop. So if you've got blue eyes, always go for kind of like orangey, kind of these kind of shades, this is just going to make the blue in your eyes pop. When your eyes are more green like myself, I've got more kind of like hazel green eyes. They always seem more kind of purpley tones, but I do find like these kind of palettes as well are really nice, but more kind of berries and that really make their eyes pop. If your eyes are green, brown eyes, you can get away with any of these. If your eyes are brown, these are all going to look stunning on you. So yeah, you can't go wrong. Love this palette. So what we're going to do now is, now that I've got the eyeshadow on, we're just going to go ahead and we'll try a mascara. Now, this isn't the first time we're trying this mascara. I have used this one for many years. So I'm just going to curl my lashes first. Just let you have another wee look, just so you can see how the shadow looks so far. You've got a good wee look at that. And again, blend. That is your best thing to do when you're putting eyeshadow on, is always blend the colours out just to soften any edges, just to make it as seamless as possible. Even if you can get a clean brush, I have used that one quite a lot, so I'm due to give my makeup brushes a wee clean. They have only been used on me, which is fine, but it's 1st of October today when I'm filming this, so I feel as if we're really, autumn is officially here now. I was actually at the hairdressers this morning, so I wasn't going to film today. I wasn't sure because I thought, well, I'll just take the day off. But then I thought my appointment was so early at the hairdressers, it was a nice morning one. So I was there at 9:45 and I was back home for like 11, and I thought, do you know what, my hair's done. This is the perfect day to film a YouTube tutorial and do a makeup look, because my hair's all nice and fresh. And I thought, yeah, I'll do this morning, and then I'll see if I can edit this and get this up this afternoon for you. Just going to curl my lashes before I put the mascara on. You don't need to use eyelash curlers if you don't like them or if you don't want to. I don't usually use eyelash curlers, but I've just started using them a wee bit recently to see if it makes a difference for my makeup. And it does, because I had a wee stray one that was going off a different direction, so this has kind of helped them blend together with the rest. But I don't use them every day, so don't feel that you have to. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Lash Sensational, the iconic Maybelline Lash Sensational. This has been a favourite of mine for at least 10 years now. I've been using it on repeat. This is a great mascara. I have tried a couple of the other ones as well that I'll share with you in a minute, but this one is just iconic. They keep bringing new ones out all the time, but I always go back to this one. This wand is so nice. It's like a fan shape, so it's just going to give you like a full fan lash effect, which is exactly what I like. And again, when you're doing your mascara, the tip I always share on this channel when you're doing makeup is to look down into a little kind of compact mirror. So you're going to use, if you've got this brush at home, you're going to use this side of it, like just to really get into the lashes, just to make sure that you get to the roots, and just give them a wee wiggle as you just pull the wand through. So yeah, this is great if you're looking for a fuller lash effect. This mascara is just, yeah, I've lost count how many times I've repurchased this. This is like one of the all-time favourite mascaras that I've used. I have kind of started trying newer ones now, so I did share my last mascara tutorial on the channel, trying the Swede one, which I was really impressed with. I just got a wee bit there and I've not got any cotton buds to hand, so I'm just going to discreetly wipe that away. So yeah, I've been trying different ones each month, so I just thought, because I was doing this makeup look today, so I thought let's just go ahead and use this, and then yeah, I can create a nice makeup look for you all. So I'd highly recommend this one, and again, it's so affordable. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara and what you think of it. It's always good to find out what other people think as well for feedback. This has been a favourite for a long time. This is really good, this wand, for catching the inner lashes. So if your lashes are quite small, obviously they get smaller the further in they go. You know, your lashes are more fine and a lot smaller, whereas the further out they are, they're fuller and thicker. So this is good at catching them all. So just catching every little lash. This brush, and I've never had like clumps with this brush either. I always find the mascara so easy to apply. It never clumps, it separates, it lifts. It just gives that lovely full open lash look. So I'm just going to go in and do another wee coat on this side. My eyelashes are quite thin, even though I do have quite a lot of them. So these kind of mascaras are great for just thickening them up and just catching all the little tiny hairs, the little fine ones that are there. So if, like me, you find that your lashes are a wee bit thin, a wee bit kind of, you know, you've got a lot of them, but they're quite small and thin, then yeah, you'll find that this mascara is a great one. It just really gives that really open eye look. with this mascara, so it's lovely. I have tried more expensive mascaras than this and been very disappointed. Yeah, price isn't everything, so I would say, you know, some of these more expensive ones that you can find, just because they're more expensive doesn't mean it's a better mascara. This one is so affordable, high street, budget friendly, and yeah, it's a great wee mascara. I've come back to it time and time again. Like I've said, I made multiple makeup tutorials on this channel featuring it, so that's how it looks when it's on. I'm just going to actually put a wee tiny bit underneath. I don't always do this, and I usually prefer to do it without going back into the wand, but just to show you, because we're doing this little tutorial, how it looks underneath as well. I then do kind of comb through it so it just doesn't look too thick for the fine lashes underneath. If you do put a wee bit underneath your lashes, I've always got like a wee kind of dry mascara wand. These little disposable ones are great for just kind of spreading it through if you feel as if you put too much on. That's how the eyes are looking so far, so yeah, loving that. I have tried a couple of the other mascaras like I've mentioned before, so I have also shared a video on this one, which is the Sky High Burgundy mascara, so I'll link this tutorial below, and also the Firework one too. So I've always been really impressed with like the Maybelline mascaras. They've always been so good. So yeah, if you've missed these tutorials, I'll link those ones below if you wanted to see me reviewing those as well. I did try this and I'm not going to put it on today because this was a fail for me. I didn't enjoy using this at all. The Super Fluff Maybelline, this wasn't a brow product that I would recommend. I think unless you've got really thick bushy eyebrow hairs, then this is going to be great for you. But for me, my eyebrow hairs are super kind of fine and quite sparse. So what I'm going to do instead is a little cheat that I always think it's a great little hack for anybody. I'm going to use the palette and I'm just going to go in and use a brush and just apply something that's similar to my eyes in here. Clearly a matte colour. I'm not going to put a shimmer on, but I'm just going to have a wee look and see what would be a close match to my eyebrows from this palette. I'll go in with Self Starter because this is a better eyebrow colour for me here, because I do usually use a wee pencil. But I'm going to see how this looks today. So I'm going to use this as my brow. So a lot of people buy the brow little powder sets. So like this would just be something very similar. So I'm just going to use a little brush like this. And let's see how this looks as an eyebrow. So these little kits can be great wee multitaskers. So for anybody that buys like these palettes, you know, you've got an eyeliner, you've got your eyeshadows, you've got an eyebrow powder, you know, to save you buying these little separate eyebrow kits. It's all in one. This is actually okay. This is actually quite a good match to my eyebrows, if you can see when I compare the two. And what I'll do is I'll just dust a wee bit of that through the hairs and then I'll just comb it through. So yeah, that's another wee tip, that you don't need all these individual products if you are trying to create an eyebrow look or like a makeup look. You can actually get away with using a makeup palette as an eyeliner, as a brow product, as the only thing you can't use it for is your lips. I wouldn't recommend using that on your lips. Do you know the only thing I couldn't find in Maybelline when I was in yesterday, at Maybelline, in Boots when I was picking up these products yesterday, was a blusher. I couldn't find like a nice like blusher to complete the look. The only blushers that they had were like these ones that you would kind of like drop onto your skin, and they were quite glittery and shimmery. So I didn't want to pick one of those up because, to be honest, I wouldn't continue using that, and it's not something that I would really want to use in my skin. They were just a wee bit too much for me. So what I'll do today is we'll just cheat and we'll just use another wee blusher, and we'll just, yeah, you can let me know. I think that you did used to have like other kind of blushers that were probably just like your normal kind of like powder one, or like a more kind of like, I'm sure I saw them not long ago, but these ones that are in just now are just a wee bit too, yeah, they're not really my cup of tea, if I'm being honest. So I'm quite happy just to use a different one. So, and then I would just comb through with these wee brushes. So this is great at spreading the product. So like me, if your eyebrows are quite sparse, then this is just going to make them look a wee bit fuller. And you can get away with that if you don't have like a separate little eyebrow product. You can just build it up with the powder, and it just makes your eyebrows look nice and full. And yeah, I would totally feel like I could get away with that. That colour would be absolutely fine. I do usually use a pencil on my eyes, but this is actually quite good. I'll definitely be using this in my eyebrows for the month. You know that when it gets to October and it's a new month, I always try lots of new products to share a review at the end of. So I did share my September favourites. So if you've missed that video, I'll link it below. I'll share with you all the products I was using throughout the month of September. So we'll be picking some products, like this is the beginning of October, so I'll be trying these out for the month and testing them for you, amongst many other products, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But if you missed the September's one, I'll link it below. So yeah, really impressed with that so far, and I'm just checking out my foundation to see how that looks. I did manage to pick up some cotton buds, so I'm just going to give that a wee sweep just to make sure everything's blended seamlessly and everything looks quite good. Again, these are great at just blending down any eyeshadow if you do have any harsh edges, like on your socket line. Just a wee cotton bud, or if you get a wee bit of mascara, these are always great at just tidying up. This is your wee tidy up tool. You can't go wrong with a cotton bud or a Q-tip if you're watching in America. Now we're going to move on to another iconic Maybelline product. This is the eraser. I've made a video on this before telling you how to apply it and what not to do. I'll link it below. I've used this for, again, many years. I'd probably say about 10 years. So I'm just going to dot that under my eye area just as a concealer. And this is just how I would normally apply it. I'll share in the video why, if you've not seen the tutorial yet. It is one of my most, I think it's my second most watched video on the channel. So I'll make sure that I link it for you so you don't miss out on that if you've not had a chance to see it yet. I think it's had about 15,000 views now. So yeah, make sure you check that out if you're not putting it on, if you're unsure how to put on the Maybelline eraser, or if you're doing it like that, watch the video. So yeah, that looks nice. That's just very soft. Again, this is so inexpensive. This is like maybe £8, £9, £10. It's such a great under eye concealer and concealer for the rest of the face. I would normally conceal any redness around my nose area here. So if there's a wee bit, but I would say that, oh, it is blending in quite well with the foundation, which is good. Because sometimes when I've got foundation on, it can look a wee bit dry, like that it can start to crack around here, you notice, like sometimes it gets a wee bit too dry. I'm just going to go, there's a wee bit of redness in my nose here, just where I've got a wee spot, a tiny wee spot, and let's see if we can kind of do a wee bit of repair on this wee. This is more of a scab now, this wee spot, so sometimes when you've got a scab, there's not much you can do because it's quite dry. So even just the area around about it, if it's a wee bit red, I would say that's always quite good to kind of just conceal. And then I'll just set it with a wee bit of powder, just to kind of disguise it the best that I can. Just put a wee bit of concealer on any wee blemishes that I see. So it'll be interesting to see how this foundation wears. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted on that. And if it still looks good at the end of the day, we're going to move on to lips. So this is going to be interesting to see how this lip gloss looks on. I went for this colour, which I thought was beautiful for autumn. It's really shimmery. Well, it looks quite shimmery, but I don't want it to be too glittery on. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's just going to be really nice. It's called the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it as well, like the foundation. So we're on a hyaluronic acid in our makeup products kind of tutorial day to day, aren't we? So as much moisture, oh, I thought I was going to click on there, as much moisture as possible in the skin just to make it look youthful and dewy. Let's give this a go. This shade is called Moon. So it's 003 Moon. So I was quite excited to try this one out. And I just thought, what a lovely shade for this time of year. There's just a wee sticker in the back of this that I'm just peeling back so I can get into the gloss. There we go. So let's see, it's quite a lot in this as well, I would say, for the size that it is. I'm thinking this is going to last a wee while. It says it's 5.4 mils. It's a very wet, rainy, drizzly 1st of October day here outside. I have been keeping the curtains open when I'm filming now because it's so lovely looking outside at the trees and seeing what the weather's like each day. It's supposed to be in a dark room, and I don't think it really affects the lighting either because I've still got my big light on here as well in the setup. But just to see outside, it's just a lovely kind of rainy, drizzly beginning of like October day. I don't mind that if I'm in the house and not going anywhere. Like I said, I was just at my hair appointment this morning, so luckily I had an umbrella, so it didn't ruin my hair. Well, this is what the wand looks like. So looks really nice. It's quite a big cushiony wand applicator, like to put the lip gloss on. So let's see how this looks on. I'm just going to go with the amount that came out. Let's try it out and see. There is quite a dollop in that, but it feels really creamy. It feels, oh, it smells nice. Oh, it smells lovely. It smells of like vanilla. Is it vanilla smell? It smells like there's vanilla in there. Oh, that smells good enough to eat, but don't eat it. That's how it looks on. So it says it's a lifter gloss, so I'm not sure what else it's going to do apart from that. It's going to be really nourishing, I'm hoping, with the hyaluronic acid in there. But the colour in the shade is really beautiful, isn't it? It's quite, it doesn't look as dark. It just looks more like a kind of clear gloss. I was expecting more colour, if I'm being honest, from this. I thought it was going to be more kind of coppery or more of this kind of tone. So it is just a really nice wearable nude, I would say. Oh, and it smells amazing. If you quite like a vanilla scent, then this is really nice. It feels really soft, really cushiony, really nourishing on the lips. So this is going to be a great wee lip gloss that I'll be trying out for this month, and I'll let you know how I got on with it. Lifter gloss. Why is it called lifter? Is it to lift and plump our lips? Lifter? I'm wondering why they've called it that. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. It's like, is it like a lip lift? Is this what it is? If there's any tingling or anything that's happening. I did notice they had lip glosses yesterday that had chili in them, and that wasn't one that I was going to go for because I know that they're going to make your lips plumped up if you want a plumped lip look. But some of these can be really tingly. I'm trying to see if there's a tingle from this one. There's nothing in it that's kind of feeling like it's doing anything or if it's plumping up my lips. But the other one with the chili, I thought that's not for me. Let me know if you like products like that, where there's ingredients in them that make your lips look more swollen than they are. It's not really a look that I'm into, and I don't like the feeling or the sensation of it if there's something in it that's quite hot and, you know, it makes it look as if you've taken a reaction to something which isn't what you want. So that look's not for me. That would kind of really bother me. I don't like that feeling. Whereas this feels really nice on. So I'm really happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to be a wee cheat, and I'm just going to use a wee bit of blusher that I'm just going to put on from a palette. So I'll just share with you. Well, I'll share with you. It's just the wee Bare Minerals one. So I thought it would look really good with this look here, just because the colour's quite a neutral wee shade here. So I'm just going to dust a wee bit of this on. So this is the only thing that's in this that's not Maybelline. So let's just pop a wee bit of that on just to see how that goes with the foundation. This is super light, so this is a really nice one if you just like something quite subtle and something really wearable, because I'll just kind of, we'll pretend that's a Maybelline blusher, will we? That is part of the makeup look. So there wasn't a powder that I picked up either, because I just thought to myself, I don't like my skin looking too powdered, but if you did want to powder with this makeup look, then that would be fine, just to set it in place for the day. I'm going to see how this wears, and then, yeah, I'll share it with you. I'll not share it with you in this video because I'm going to upload this tonight, just to share with you the tutorial. But yeah, I feel as if it looks really nice. I'm really happy with this palette. So if anybody wants to find out more about this, link everything in the description box below. This was only £10. The foundation was only £10. And the lip gloss was £8. I actually got that free. So 3 products were only £20. It was such a great way to try these, and I was really impressed by these, and I would highly recommend them. So I'll do the little test, like I said, for the month. I'm just going to take my hair out so you can see how the look is overall. And if this is a palette, let me know in the comments below that you think that you would like to try. Let me know in the comments below. I have got a few other Maybelline makeup palettes that I've tried in the past before. So I have tried the Burgundy Bar. This one is so well used, as you can see. This one is about to go in the bin. This one was also good that I got. They did, I think this was like a wee limited edition one they did, and it was called the Matte Bar. So there are some shades in here that I didn't really use much of, but you'll know the ones at the bottom, you'll be able to see that they were really used. So I've had that one as well. And then the blush nudes, that's like an old one as well. So I have been using Maybelline for a while now, but I'd never tried a foundation, a lip gloss, or this eyeshadow palette, which I think is beautiful. And this is a really good mix of shimmers, mattes, and a very wearable one for most people. And like I said, I have used mascaras, so I will share the tutorials in the description box below if you wanted to watch the videos for those too, and also the video on how not to use this, what not to do with it. So I hope you find those videos helpful. I hope you enjoyed watching today's tutorial and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe for more videos if you enjoy watching makeup tutorials, learning tips, skincare tutorials, and lots more on the channel. And yeah, I'll link everything you need to know in the description box below. The next video coming up should be the Look Fantastic unboxing for October. So I'm hoping that that should be arriving this week, and then hopefully I'll get that video up for you at the weekend. So I'll share an unboxing of that. I have had a sneak peek to see what's in it. So I don't know what the unboxing video is going to be like. Hopefully we'll find out. We'll see what it's like when I unbox it. But yeah, I was hoping for better this month, but we'll wait and see. So don't miss out on that video if you want to see my reaction to this month's October Look Fantastic beauty box. If you did want to see the Look Fantastic fragrance advent calendar, I did manage to get that this year, so I'll link that below if you're still to watch that video. And also got the Rituals one, but I did share that I wasn't going to buy any more advent calendars this year because they are so expensive, and there's none that I've really loved the look of. So instead, if I see any makeup, or if I maybe want to try things out, I'm going to pick things that I know that I'll use and not get maybe lots of products that I would feel, am I going to use that or not? Or is that to be like a filler for the advent calendar? Because that's the thing sometimes with these calendars, not the ones that I chose, but well, the fragrance one, there's maybe some products in there that you're not going to use. And I find that a lot of the advent calendars can be a wee bit like that. They put a lot of products in there that you might not use. So yeah, we'll wait and see. But thanks for watching today's video, everybody. Stay tuned for the next one. I hope you're all having a lovely day wherever you're watching from in the world. And also stay tuned for the autumn giveaway, which will be coming up this month as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.